They told you motivation is the key to success. Wake up early, push harder, stay inspired. But what if it is all a lie? In this video, we expose the truth behind the motivation myth and why chasing it keeps you stuck. Get ready to break free from the illusion. You're not lazy, you're just lied to. If you have ever been told that you're not successful because you're lazy, you're not alone. Society loves to blame the individual, telling you to try harder or find your motivation. But that's a trap. The truth is, most people are not lazy. They're overwhelmed, burned out, or simply misled. The problem isn't that you do not want success. The problem is that you've been fed a false idea of how success works. Influencers and motivation coaches sell you dreams and quick fixes while ignoring real-life struggles like fatigue, anxiety, or lack of direction. They make you feel guilty for not waking up at 5 a.m. or working 14-hour days. But that guilt doesn't help. It paralyzes. You're not broken. You've just been lied to. You do not need more motivation. You need a better system, a clearer plan, and most importantly, the truth. Motivation is not the cure, it's the distraction. Motivation fades, systems stay. Motivation feels great for a while. You watch an inspiring video, read a powerful quote, and suddenly you are ready to take on the world. But then what? A day later, you are back to scrolling your phone, feeling stuck and disappointed. That is because motivation is temporary. It comes and goes like a mood. You cannot build a future on something that is so unstable. Successful people do not rely on feeling motivated. They rely on systems. Systems are routines, habits, and structures that keep you going even when you are tired, stressed, or uninspired. A system does not care how you feel. It works because it is consistent. If you want results, stop chasing the high of motivation and start building daily habits that move you forward, even on your worst days. That is the real secret to progress. Motivation fades, systems stay, and systems win every time. The self-help industry is built to keep you hooked. Have you ever wondered why the same people keep buying motivational books, watching endless TED Talks, and taking course after course? It is not because motivation works, it is because it wears off. The self-help industry knows this. It is built like a subscription model. Give you a quick boost, let it fade, then sell you the next hit. Motivation is marketed like a drug, and once the high disappears, you're left wanting more. That's how they keep making money. They do not want you to truly break free. They want you stuck in the cycle, always chasing your best self. Real change does not come from being inspired for 10 minutes. It comes from action, structure, and uncomfortable truths. The motivation industry sells comfort, not transformation. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you take back control of your life without needing another empty pep talk. Discipline is bigger than motivation. Discipline is the quiet force that builds real results. Unlike motivation, it does not wait for the right mood. It just shows up every day. Discipline is brushing your teeth when you are tired. It is writing when you have writer's block. It is working out when the couch looks inviting. Motivation is emotional, but discipline is a decision. Most successful people are not superhumans with endless energy. They are just people who do what needs to be done, even when they do not feel like it. That is the difference. Discipline respects your goals more than your feelings. It holds you accountable when motivation fails. So if you want to succeed long-term, stop waiting to feel ready. Choose discipline instead. Because at the end of the day, the results will not care how you felt. They will only reflect what you did. The Instagram lie. Social media has turned motivation into a filtered performance. You see influencers with perfect routines, glowing skin, morning runs, and motivational captions. But what you do not see is the reality behind the camera: burnout, insecurity, and pressure to look successful even when they are struggling. Instagram motivation is not about helping you grow. It is about selling you a lifestyle, one that looks good in photos but often feels empty in real life. They show you their highlight reel, but never their breakdowns. And then you wonder why your life does not feel as inspiring. The truth is, it is all curated. Most of those motivational posts are staged and rehearsed. Do not let their fake morning routines make you feel like a failure. Real growth is messy. It is not always photogenic, so unplug from the fantasy and focus on your reality. That's where your true power lives. You don't need motivation, you need a mission. Motivation tells you to try harder, A mission tells you why it matters. That why is what keeps you going when everything else falls apart. When you have a mission, a real deep purpose, you do not need daily pep talks or motivational quotes. You wake up knowing there's something bigger than your excuses. Your mission becomes your fuel. It pushes you through failure, boredom, and fear. The problem is, most people chase goals they do not truly care about. They follow what looks good on paper, not what feels right in their heart. That is why motivation dies quickly, because the goal was never personal. But once you find your mission, you become unstoppable. You do not wait for energy, you create it. Purpose is more powerful than any hype. So stop chasing motivation and start digging for your reason. Your mission will do what motivation never could, keep you going, no matter what. Replace motivation with momentum. Motivation says, start when you feel ready. Momentum says, just start when you feel ready. Momentum says, just start. You do not need to feel inspired to take the first step. You just need to move. Even a small action can change everything. Think about it. One tiny step leads to another, and soon you are in motion. And motion builds confidence. Motivation waits for clarity. Momentum creates clarity. That is why successful people focus on action, not emotion. They understand that progress comes from doing, not dreaming. Waiting for motivation only creates delay, doubt, and disappointment. But when you build momentum, when you show up consistently, it gets easier. You gain traction. You grow faster. One workout becomes a routine. One task becomes a habit. Start messy, start scared, start unmotivated. Just start. Because momentum, not motivation, is what transforms your life. Comfort is the real enemy. Most people are not held back by failure. They are trapped by comfort. Motivation often disguises itself as progress, giving you the illusion of action without real change. Watching motivational videos, reading quotes, making to-do lists, these feel productive, but they're just comfortable distractions. Growth lives in discomfort. It is found in early mornings, hard conversations, and showing up when no one claps for you. Comfort whispers, you can do it tomorrow. Discipline replies, do it now. The reason you are not where you want to be is not because you lack motivation. It is because comfort is winning. To escape the trap, you must stop seeking what feels good and start doing what gets results. Real success begins when you step outside your comfort zone and stay there long enough to build something meaningful. Comfort is the enemy. Choose challenge instead. That is where the transformation happens. So, is motivation useless? No, it has its place. But if you treat it like your fuel, you'll run out fast. The truth is, motivation is a spark, but it can't keep your fire going. You need systems. You need discipline. You need purpose. That's how real change happens. So stop waiting for the perfect day to start. Stop relying on fake motivation and empty hype. Instead, build habits, create structure, define your mission, and most of all, take action, even when you do not feel like it. That's the secret the self-help world will never sell you, because once you figure it out, you won't need them anymore. Hit that subscribe button, because here we do not sell motivation, we deliver truth.